the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
It's Maxwell and Crystal on Z100, and for those of you that know me, I have for years been rocking the tees. I've got the merch. I've lived the brand, and I also thought that you were a bakery from the very beginning. I want to welcome one of the most creative minds on earth into the Z100 family. Johnny Cupcakes is hanging out with us. What up, dog?
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you guys. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Good
dude.
Johnny, how do you feel? How have you been? We know this has been a tough time for all of us, but it looks like you're doing great. How are you doing?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. I'm a new dad of two, and newish, and I feel really comfortable not leaving home ever ever again. No, I go out and I'll end up going out again, but yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just trying to read and write more and go on walks and do real human things and, put my phone down when I can.
We've all found a new sense of appreciation for what we have in front of us because of what we've all gone through collectively. And how is that? Well, let's first start with the creative brain that you are, and
Sure.
the man behind the brand, and what the cupcakes and crossbones stand for.
Yeah.
Man, tell us about the story, as I'm sure that you've described several times before, as we're going on 20 years of Johnny Cupcakes.
Yeah, so Johnny Cupcakes, it is not a bakery. I trick hungry people every single day. My name is Johnny. I own a t-shirt brand called Johnny Cupcakes, and it started as a joke. I was a young entrepreneur. I started 16 businesses before I was 16, from doing magic at birthday parties, selling candy in school while my friends were selling marijuana and mushrooms. Just always while my friends were hanging out with cute girls at parties, I was hanging out with cute old ladies at craft fairs, just hustling these little entrepreneurship projects. And I was working at a record shop in Massachusetts, and I had a bunch of goofy nicknames for my funny coworkers. And since my name's Johnny, they'd call me Johnny Appleseed. If I was late for work, Johnny Come Lately. Johnny Cupcakes came out of nowhere. I thought it was a cute name. I thought it sounded like a very friendly mobster. And I put it on a t-shirt as a joke, kind of like a social experiment. And I wore it to work. And all of these slightly miserable customers that never made eye contact with me started laughing and saying, "What is Johnny Cupcakes? Is that a bakery? My cousin's name's Johnny. My friend loves to bake. Where can I get one of those t-shirts?" So I started poking fun at pop culture and replacing pop icons with cupcakes. And I'd see these tough guys come into my work with the skull and crossbone shirts. I said, I'm going to put a cupcake there instead. Statue of Liberty holding a cupcake instead of a torch, a jet dropping cupcakes instead of bombs. And before I knew it, I was, selling shirts out of my car, out of my suitcase when I was traveling with my metal band. And I eventually opened up some t-shirt stores, which I like to call t-shirt bakeries. And we can get into that in a moment.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing, Crystal. I don't think that I've really fully told you about how my love for Johnny Cupcakes started. It was 7 weeks, gym class heroes. There was a lyric that for some reason, it just stuck with me. I was a fan of the group, and then I was like, wait a second. What is this? And I went down the rabbit hole, and I was like, yeah, man, just the appreciation for what you did, Johnny, flipping pop culture and making it fun and making it creative. Think about that time where you heard that lyric from Travi and the squad in the gym class heroes.
Yeah.
And what that felt like when that little stamp of approval kind of, hit the eardrums of everybody that was fans of that group.
It was so cool. Shout outs to Travi and Gym Class Heroes. He is such a solid dude, and
Yeah.
I have so much respect for him. And yeah, when my brand was coming up, so was Gym Class Heroes. They were on a record label, Fueled by Ramen, and we had a mutual respect for what each other did, and no one really knew them at the time, and nobody really, knew my brand outside of Massachusetts. And I would go to their shows. They would tour around in this beat up white van, and I brought them a duffel bag of t-shirts and some vintage New Kids on the Block trading cards and a bunch of random things. And yeah, over time, I actually went on tour with them, and I brought my magic tricks with me, and I would just do magic tricks. And I remember it was just such a strange time because I met Tyga when he was 15, 16. Nobody knew him. He had a demo CD, walking around. He used to wear some of the Johnny Cupcakes t-shirts back in the day. I went out to dinner with Travi and with Katy Perry, and I remember getting sushi in Los Angeles, and she wasn't making music. She was just hanging out with, a little hooded sweatshirt, and it was just it was such a pure time because there was not much social media beyond MySpace, and nobody was really glued to MySpace. So everybody was present. Nobody was, recording artists at shows. Everybody was just feeling the music, and I think having a brand around that time, it made me appreciate being in the moment and connecting with customers. And I think that helped me build a strong foundation of creating experiences for people.
For sure.
But yeah, such a cool
Hanging out
time.
with Katy Perry and seeing Tyga.
Yeah, little Tyga.
He was Cub at the time. He was Cub at the time.
Yeah, he was Cub, and he was tour, or he would go around with his demo with this guy Gata, who's actually been doing acting now
with Lil Dicky. Yeah, dude, he's a part of Dave.
But yeah, it was really surreal moments. Yeah, I wouldn't trade any of it for the world, and I think no matter where you work or if you start your own side hustle, just knowing that how important it is to be in the moment and to even in your personal life, just write more handwritten notes to people, write more letters. It really touches people, it touches their soul, and when you have a business and do that, like sometimes I'll take 2 weeks off from work to work, and I'll write handwritten notes to my top spending customers or the customers who've been with me the longest, and I'll put them in a fluorescent envelope with a Batman postage stamp, and I won't just say, hey, thank you so much. I'll say, oh my God, you're from Long Island, New York. That's where my wife was from, and people say coffee funny, and the delis are the best in the world, and they've got the best rappers in the world, MF Doom and Rakim, and if you take the train at night, you might slip on puke because people really, really love to party, but they're super cool and super loyal. Anyways, thank you so much for your support. Love Johnny Cupcakes. And, some customers don't want other people to wear our t-shirts because they love it so much. It's like when your favorite band gets bigger. But I remember this one customer, he posted the letter I sent him online, and he said, I don't care if Johnny sells out to any store, I'm going to be a customer for life. And he posted that handwritten note. And I don't do it for marketing. It's just the way my parents raised me. Like my parents would dip my dad's work boots in flour, baking flour, and make footsteps from the chimney to the Christmas tree. So in a weird way, I want to be Santa or Willy Wonka in the world of retail, in the world of these Johnny Cupcakes t-shirts.
You're doing it, dude. You're doing
Thank
it.
you.
Good work, Crystal.
Lucky that we are going to be able to share your brand with our listeners. Max, do you want to get into the pop quiz?
Yeah, man. You see, I'm rocking one of the tees here. And this before we do that, I got to say just the things that you've done to build these collaborations, to make what you do bigger than just a t-shirt, for what's on the back of this, for those that have purchased this Black Lives Matters tee, for all the things that you've done to, move in the direction of philanthropy and stuff like that, man. It's really special. And thank you.
Thank you. It's the least I can do. And I think, I remember when I was young, I like this guy who used to cut my hair would tell me in barber school, they would teach you not to talk about, politics or religion, but this stuff isn't political. It's just standing up for people. It's like, so yeah, we're trying to do a lot more, just speaking up about positivity and having the spine. If you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. So yes, that is a special edition Black Lives Matter t-shirt. We raised a whole bunch of money for NAACP. We raised money for the ACLU, and we raised some money for the DJ Henry Dream Fund. He was a black customer of ours who was wrongfully shot by the police, and we've been working with his family for the past 9, 10 years. But we do special editions. And
Yeah.
quick side note, if you ever do visit my Boston shop on Newbury Street,
It's not a bakery, by the way. Been there before. Even hit the one in Melrose back in
yeah,
the day. Yeah. Although when you step into it, you are brought into this whimsical world. You
it
will
smells
not
like
leave.
frosting.
Yeah. It smells like, that was the thing that caught me the first
Yeah.
time I visited.
Some people will say, "How do you do that?" And I'll say, "Oh, I just fart in the store," and no, I'm just kidding. But we hide vanilla, Crystal. We hide vanilla scented car fresheners in the heater vents, so you get a waft of frosting when you walk in my T-shirt shop. You enter through a secret oven that opens. We display T-shirts in refrigerators, and when you buy a T-shirt at Johnny Cupcakes, we package it up in a little lunchbox, a little food container. So it's a really immersive thing.
Yeah, man, you do it oh so well, dude. So as Crystal said, we're going to be able to work with you and give our listeners a chance to win some of this dope Johnny Cupcakes merch. And it all goes down when we play Maxwell's Totally Possible Pop Quiz. So we figured there's no better way to introduce you into the world here on Z100 than putting you as our prime contestant for my Totally Possible Pop Quiz. Do you think you're down for this, Johnny Cupcakes?
I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
It's pretty simple, man. We've got 10 questions in 30 seconds or less. If you can correctly answer 10 questions in 30 seconds or less, we're going to get a winner who is going to win Johnny Cupcakes merch pack on your behalf, because you are their teammate for this particular episode. So you think we can get this cracking, Crystal Rosas, or what, homie?
Do it.
I got 10 questions. Johnny, do you think you're prepared for this, bro?
I think I'm going to try my best.
They're real easy. You're going to get them, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Super easy questions. I think you got this. All right, Crystal, get that 30 seconds over there set. I'm watching the clock over here. All right, Johnny, here we go. Your 30 seconds starts now. How many nuggets are in a 6-piece?
6.
Do people often confuse you as a baker?
Yes.
Red Sox or Celtics?
Oh, Celtics.
What month are we currently in?
Oh, God.
Say November.
October.
Say November. Say November. Say November.
November.
All right, there we go.
November. That's
Name
right.
a fruit that you have to peel.
Orange.
What sounds do sheep make?
Bah.
Have you ever been skinny dipping?
Yes.
Is it hard raising twins?
No.
Do
Sometimes.
you like scary movies?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Say thank you to the listeners and the fans.
Thank you, fans. Thank you,
All
listeners.
right, let's stop the clock. Let's stop the clock. We had to do some radio magic there, but I think that 30 seconds was easily conquered, Crystal, right?
Yeah. Congratulations. On behalf of you, our listener is going to get a dope prize pack.
We're going to hook it up, dude. So yeah, talk about the family life, man. Congratulations. You talked about this when we first started chatting here. Man, 2 beautiful daughters. You share a lot of that stuff on your social media also. What's it like being a newish dad?
It's great. I just, life is so short, unfortunately sometimes it takes, like a near-death experience to realize how much time you gotta, how important time is, or a very special moment, like, becoming a new parent. So I told myself before the pandemic, I used to travel, and 70, 80 times a year I would travel and do speaking engagements. I would speak at schools and companies on building, on following your dreams and building something unique. And I told myself, once I become a parent, I really want to stay home, stay local, or travel to places that get me back home the same day. But yeah, with the pandemic happening, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because, to make the best out of that situation, we all get to work from home, and we get to spend more time here, and it's great. And when my daughters were sleeping during the pandemic, I learned how to make pasta. I got Johnny Cupcake pasta made. I would call all these random factories, and I got a bronze die made in Italy and shipped to the U.S. and we now sell cupcake shaped pasta. But yeah, I love being a dad, and it just puts everything into perspective. It really does. And now some of those things that my parents did for me, with the footsteps and some of the things that I do for my customers, and the magic I used to do at birthday parties when I was a kid. And I get to do all that in my personal life, and it's very special. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and you said a little bit about, just the influence in making the pasta and staying home and being present, but how has this chapter of life really been reflected in the brand, in the clothing, in the magic that is the Johnny Cupcakes brand?
Yeah, and in a few ways. I mean, being a dad of girls, and being a dad of girls who are not white, I am even more exposed to just a lot of unfairness in the world. And if it's my last breath, I want to just make sure that I'm doing something, saying something. And it's just important to, the world doesn't revolve around us, and it's important to, to do good things when you can, or to help out when you can. So we're definitely getting involved. There's an organization in Boston called Strong Women, Strong Girls, and we've been working with them a bunch. And they pair young girls up with different role models, and teach them how to be strong women. And yeah, I think being a parent, it's put a lot of priorities into place too. So I used to be at my office all the time, and again, traveling, doing pop-up shops all over the place. I'm finding more ways to make the online experience special. So right now I'm designing our shipper boxes to look like little miniature ovens. So you get, even if you can't visit my Boston store, if you buy something online, you get some cool packaging, you get some free stickers, and it's a way to still make me feel like I'm a part of things, but I get to have that balance of being home and doing what I can do.
Dude, like I said, it's been such an amazing growth journey. I'm thankful that you allow us, the fans, and myself, I'm being a little bit selfish here in particularly, to be, gosh, man, just one of the people to be on this journey with you, dude. Like I said,
no, thank you, and same with you too. I've seen your clothing styles change over the years. I feel like our facial everything is
everything. Yeah, yeah, bro. I think last time that we had a chance to meet years ago, there wasn't the beard. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. It was not a beard.
Feel like it looked a little like maybe the caricature on the bottom of the shirt at a point
yes,
in time. A little short.
Definitely did. Yeah.
So you definitely filled it out. But yeah, man, it's just been such a beautiful thing, and congratulations on 20 years, man.
20 years as a brand.
Spectacular, dude. You and your team have done this.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had a great team. I've worked with a lot of cool people over the years, and definitely wouldn't be here without getting help from different people when you need it. But if anyone's listening and following their passion, their journey, just don't beat yourself up over mistakes. Failures are experiments, and experimenting is how we grow. And I'm working on a book right now. I collect vintage typewriters, and I'm actually typing most of my book, and I hope to share more of these cool stories with you guys through my book, or maybe we can do another giveaway when the book launches.
Yeah, bro. You're always a part of the family. You have been, you've been a play cousin for 20 years, bro. I'm gonna let you know.
Thank you. And my store is open to you guys. If you ever want to air there or do any special events in Boston, the shop is open.
Thank you for that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
He's been talking about your brand for a very, very long time. And finally, in person and hearing your story, or on Zoom, but hearing your story. So amazing. So thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for sharing it with our listeners.
Yeah, man.
Really great to hear more about what you've been doing and have coming up as well.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Here's to 20 more years, bro. You take care, dude. We're going to see you in Boston, bro. Definitely going to make my way up that way very, very soon. Matter of fact, I'm already halfway there with my Dunkin'.
That's right. I know, you got to come back where it all started.
Where it all started.
Yep.
Hey, you take care, bro, man. We'll talk soon. And once again, it's at Johnny Cupcakes on IG, JohnnyCupcakes.com. Make sure you hit the website, explore, be a part of this amazing family. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, brother.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
C100.